Okay, we're going to get started on a project here in this video. And part of the project is going to be this Corsair CX650F RGB power supply, if it works. See, the story behind this is that I purchased it at a heavy discount for a project that was supposed to go over to the other place, because my anticipation was that the move over there was not going to take nearly as long as it has. It's almost been a year now, and well, the end may be in sight. I don't know. Well, that's junk I still got to deal with. So, but it's slowly happening. In any event, it sat over there on the balcony over the winter months because I thought it was sealed. I didn't think it would be a problem, and water ingress isn't really a problem on that balcony anyway. There's really not much there. But it got a little bit snowed on, and as it turns out, somewhere in the protective plastic, it's not actually sealed, there's a hole. So it got soaked, just like that box over there. Which again, I didn't really think that that stuff would get wet, but it did. So pulled it in, it sat inside for a couple months, and then I moved it back over here, where it has sat here for several months. So it's probably been about a year since I picked this up. And it still has not really regained any structural integrity on this box, so it remains to be seen whether or not it'll actually open. I'm sure it smells bad. Might be full of like termites or something. I don't know. There's what it was. ++ bronze certified. I don't know where the hole actually... there it is. Right there. Well, there's one of them anyway. Kind of amazed that that right there is probably what is responsible for all this. Anyway, let me get this out a little bit. Just because if there are termites in it, I obviously don't want them in there. And we'll get this plastic wrap off. Okay. Now this does have desiccant in it, but obviously the desiccant's not going to do much. Now this side of the box didn't do too bad. Let's see if I can get this plastic wrapping off. Let me put the carry down here. Ick. Okay. Well, I don't think I trust that. Yeah, that's wet. Desiccant, that's probably useless. There's some zip ties. This is modular, so there's all the modular cables. Wow, look at that. Yikes. There's the manuals. Is that rust? Yep, that's rust. Okay. The good news is that the power supply is also enclosed in plastic. Ugh. Yep, that smells like it got wet. So, which I'm sure it did. Yummy. Okay, so that's garbage. Let me pull all these cables out of here. Oh yeah. Ugh. I feel like I should be wearing gloves or something to deal with this. Okay, here's the rest of the computer. See just how dirty this thing really is. Yuck. Now it's gonna all get cleaned out here in just a moment. Then I'm gonna pull it out of this case. And it's gonna go into a different case with that other power supply that we unboxed earlier. Let's see how much of a dust cloud this makes. Okay, here we go now, with the motherboard removed from this case and cleaned up. Looks much better than it did. It's still going to have dust on it, but that's just the name of the game. You're not going to get everything out of it. Once it's got dust permanently. So I'm going to go grab the other case, but I'm not going to do the rest of this tonight because the smoke outside is getting pretty bad. Like it's been bad all day. I'm getting kind of tired of being out here in it. And the other thing too is the mosquitoes are pretty bad at this particular juncture. So I want to get out of this out of this crap. So let me go get the case. We'll take a quick look at it. Yeah, here we are, ready to go now. I've got the standoffs positioned. Now I just got to get some screws so I can put the board in place. Alright, there it is. Oddly enough, those standoffs are fine thread. I didn't expect to see that. Then again, it is a cheap case, so I'm not that surprised, but now I gotta route all these cables, get them plugged in. Right, all cabled up. I'm ready to go. That spaghetti mess, but fortunately nobody's gonna see that. Now I just have to install a power supply. Okay, here we go. Got it all hooked up, all cabled up, all ready to go. Including the power supply. Thank God, for a second I thought I installed it upside down, but I did not. We're good. Video card. Apparently these screw holes on the back are not standard size. I thought they were, but they're not. I was able to get one screw in there. I can't get the other one. And I'm not going to waste too much time. One screw it is. Let me get this thing over. We'll test it. See if it actually works, because I've never actually tested the power supply or any of the fans in this case. So I have no idea what's going to happen. Okay. We ready for the grand fire-up? I was surprised to see this motherboard didn't have a DVI port, not even a digital-only one, which is why I've got the video card in there now, as opposed to later. Now, this was a server, so this should turn on as soon as I flick the power. It did. Let's see if I get... Ah, video! And it's booting right into Windows. Look at that. Look at that RGB-ness. I wonder if the power supply is doing anything. You can tell the power supply is doing something. So, seems to be working. So far, at least. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll close that. It's been running for a couple of days now. And it seems to be stable so far. Get quite hot, but seems to be fine regardless. I'm not sure if this has a temperature on it or not. It doesn't look like it, but anyway, I think I'm going to consider it good. So I'm going to just go ahead, shut it down, and close the video. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below.